So, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. My name is John Lunn, aka Jonnychipz, and today is Friday. So, happy Friday, everybody. It's Friday lunchtime here in the UK. It's the 19th of November, 2021. This is episode number 47. Record. So, yes, hello again, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks so much for tuning in on this Friday afternoon here in the UK. Usual format again this week. Hope you've had a fantastic week. Mine has been busy, busy, busy. Again, I don't know what's going on. There's so much going on in the world at the moment. All good, but just very busy. So, let's jump on in straight into our community callouts. Okay, so as we are coming up to the last week in November, it's fair to point out we've got the festive tech calendar coming up in December. So, without further ado, you want to head on over to that. And this year, there's, the guys have expanded that slightly in terms of obviously support. You've got not so much a sponsor page, but you've got a supporters page where there's competitions being run across the event. So head on over to festivetechcanada.com, take a look at that, and you can see all the fantastic support. There, like I say, there are communities and companies out there offering prizes based on certain criteria, whether you watch a particular session, just generally over the entire Festive Tech Calendar event. There's going to be spot prizes and things like that. So, yeah, huge event. Get involved. Really looking forward to taking part of that myself. A little bit more on that later. It's important to point out, though, that Gregor and Richard this year have chosen a charity to donate to. So if you are going to take part or you are going to watch and consume some of that content, please think about heading over and giving what you can to Girls Who Code. So it was a charity very close to Abel Wang's heart. So I believe April Edwards has set this Girls Who Code fundraiser up. So if you can spare a couple of pounds, head on over, or whatever it is that you can spare, obviously. Jump on over to the Just Give In fundraising page for Girls Who Code. Like I say, you can follow me. I've retweeted this. Follow Gregor. Head on over to the Festive Tech Calendar website to get that link. But yeah, super excited for that to start. Obviously, it starts on the 1st of December, so a little over a week's time. Yeah, really looking forward to it. Thanks to all the organisers for getting involved and getting that set up. So it's going to be a really fun event. Okay, this week, yeah, it's been really interesting start to the week. I made it onto a Microsoft Tech Days event with a whole bunch of fantastic people from the community for a flight into IoT. It was a fantastic event on Monday. Lasted 3 hours where we tracked a flight from London Heathrow over to Budapest using IoT devices, ESP32, with some Nano Framework C# code on that device, sending telemetry data up to the IoT hub, and so on and so forth, and outwards to other services like Logic Apps for alerting, time series insights for quick monitoring, and Stream Analytics and Power BI. So, yeah, all the community folk involved. There's Sander there getting ready just before the event. We've got Cliff there, Captain Cliff, getting ready at his controls to fly the plane. Maria Anastasia, all packed, ready to go there with a case, just about to board the plane. And then First Officer Pete giving us a selfie of himself. So, and there we go. There's Sander's case all ready to go. So it was a really fun event, of course. There we go. There's me just about to start the event. So, look, I've blogged about all of this. It can be rewatched on the Microsoft Developer YouTube channel. I've put a link in my blog there. And just a little bit of background behind the event. It was really well received. It's had significant number of views already, and it was really good fun to be part of. Really looking forward to being part of more of these kinds of events in the future. So hopefully it kind of whets the appetite of those looking to get into the wonderful world of IoT and what it's all about, the kind of components that go into making up a relatively typical IoT solution. Yeah, go and check it out if you can. It was really good fun. There we go. Just a few more posts there from Adam. There's a lot of work that went into this behind the scenes. Obviously the event itself was about 3 hours. I think we probably spent a good couple of days all in all over the previous few weeks getting everything set up and tested, and obviously working to the point that we needed it to work. So yeah, huge thanks to all the people involved in that. There were other people involved behind the scenes as well, answering questions in the chat and things like that. So yeah, huge thanks, and thanks for letting me be a part of it. So sticking to the wonderful world of IoT, Sean actually tweeted this dev blogs out the other day, and yeah, absolutely, this is pretty damn sexy. Now, I mean, obviously I'm dabbling quite a lot with IoT solutions at the moment, so this blog from Sasha that came out the other day, really going into industrial IoT, so looking at really actually, real world business usage of IoT solutions and how it can transform, industrial areas. So, a bit about the architecture of, using IoT edge devices, how that all goes together. Actually, using IoT edge device details previews. There's a module that you can use to kind of pull and glean metrics out of certain things. All in all, it's just a really, interesting, detailed blog article. So if you are looking to take this a step further and look at how an IoT solution can fit into an industrial scene, go and give this blog a read, because it really does go into some great detail and offers some great hints and tips. So it's on the devblogs.microsoft.com. You might have to do a search for it. If you search for Sasha, it was November the 17th, and take a read of that. But yeah, thanks, Sean, for kind of retweeting that. Okay, a couple of events coming on over the next few days. So MC2MC, they've got the brilliant Richard Hooper, aka Pixel Robots, and Wesley Harkman joining them to talk about the new MS Ignite announcements, including containers on Azure. So yeah, I'm not too sure exactly how much detail they're going to go into in terms of what angle they're going to take on that, but that's going to be a really interesting concept. We know that Richard is, one of the subject matter experts in Kubernetes. So yeah, really, really keen to kind of give this session a watch. So go and check that out, MC2MC. Give them a follow and a like on Twitter, and go and get registered and signed up for that event on the 25th of November, 6:30 p.m. Central European. I think that's CEST, Central European Standard Time. I'm not sure. CEST. I never know. I should know, but I don't. Go and give that a little watch. Yep, Simon just announcing the next cloud management community event, the 23rd of November, and they got the brilliant Victor Hedberg coming on to talk to them. What are they going to be talking about? Let's see if they've given the details. I'm guessing it's something security, Defender related by the looks. So yeah, can't see the talk title there, Simon. But go and head over, get signed up. It's going to be great anyway. It's got Victor on there talking about security and looking at this hashtag Defender. So going to be something around that nature. So go and give them a follow and go and give them support. So that's great. Yeah, going to be part of a Twitter Spaces talk, actually. My first Twitter Spaces engagement that I've been part of on the 22nd. So on Monday, with the fantastic Greg Asuti. So we're going to be talking about Azure for beginners. So it's not, obviously for the seasoned veterans, so to speak. Andrew's a fantastic guy in the community. Actually, I've got an in conversation coming up in a few weeks' time with Andrew. Really great, intelligent, insightful person to speak to. And he's doing some fantastic things in terms of helping people get up to speed with exams right across the cloud platforms, AWS, GCP, Azure, obviously. So go and give Andrew a follow. If you can join us, great. Come in and say hello on the 22nd of November. That's 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's Canadian Eastern time. So that's, I believe 5 hours behind. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's around about 6 o'clock. But yeah, I'll have to double check my my calendar for that. Yeah, all these time zones. But anyway, yeah, huge. Really appreciate being part of that. So thanks, Andrew, for inviting me on with Gregor. And yeah, Adam tweeted this out the other day, more for partners, I guess. If you're working for a Microsoft partner, they've got a UK-based kind of acceleration day. So bring your development, if you are a software development company, all around how you can bring your development into the Azure platform. So if you are interested, go and follow Adam. 10th of December, 10 a.m. Get the link there. It's aka.ms/Azure Acceleration Day. And another quick announcement from Adam in terms of the Reactor. The Reactor's putting on some fantastic events, virtual events at the moment still, of course. This one caught my eye that Adam tweeted out the other day around mixed reality. So mixed reality developer forum on the 29th of November. So some fantastic stuff coming out of the Reactor as well. So if you head on over actually to the developer.microsoft.com/reactor page, you can find all the events coming up, and there's quite a lot coming up over the coming weeks. So go and get involved. In other news, some great announcements for women in tech. So this event list or community has been set up by Microsoft. So if you browse on over to microsoft.com/events/techher, TECHHER, for women in tech, obviously to help and assist and be there as a platform of support, whatever it may be, for women in technology to get involved with. It's a great community group. There's a LinkedIn link there for you to go and join. I know they're looking to develop this and grow it. So look, let's help spread the word for a great initiative. So creating opportunities for women to learn, connect, and develop careers in technology. Tech her. So yeah, if you can retweet and share that out far and wide to all your friends, family, and colleagues, let's help grow that community a little bit there to bring the diversity into the tech industry. That would be fantastic. And in other news, another quick link here. You'll have to go and follow me. It's quite a long blog article here. There's no short link for it. But if you are looking for a UK-based community group to follow, then there's a whole blog full of them. Sarah Allison has pulled this together. But you can see we've got Azure Cloud and the fantastic Welsh Shore user group are listed in there, of course, along with all the other fantastic user groups based in the UK. We've got a lot around Azure. There's .NET user groups, and obviously we know that there's a great few .NET user groups across the UK. Umbraco, Dynamics, and Power Platform, DevOps, Data, IoT. There's loads. Literally go and follow that group if you are looking for a particular technology. I'd be surprised if it wasn't listed in there. So huge thanks to Sarah for pulling that together. Just wanted to make everybody aware that was out there. And like I say, go and follow me, and the link is there, but it's really, really long. I'm not sure if there's a short link available to it. So anyway, go and check that out if you can. Some quick announcements from Rick Claus. The IT Ops team have put together this whole bunch of learning experience. So they called it Hybrid Infrastructure Study Hall. 6 episodes starting on the 18th of November. So started yesterday, right the way through for a month roughly. So calling all Windows Server administrators, join us on Learn TV for this new Windows Server Hybrid Study Hall series. So the 7-part weekly series, even though it says 6 episodes up there, so it's now a 7-part weekly series, will answer your questions live, walk through how to configure advanced Windows Server services using on-prem, hybrid and cloud technologies, and walk through the Microsoft Learn modules related to the new Windows Server Hybrid Administrator Associate exam. Series will kick off at Ignite on November the 2nd, and we'll have a new episode every Thursday and a few Tuesdays through December 16th. So yeah, you can see there some of these sessions that you can get signed up to there, as was said, all around that new hybrid and server set of examinations, which I believe are the AZ800 and 801 exams. So yeah, I might be partaking in those myself. So there's part of the IT Ops team there. And Mr. Close obviously is going to be taking part in these as well. So yeah, go and check those out. Thanks for sharing. That's really great stuff. Mr. Steve Goodman. So the Microsoft Cloud User Group, MSCUG on Twitter, is back in person. So they've got their first in-person event since obviously COVID in Manchester on the 30th of November. Head on over to Steve Goodman's Twitter. Give them a follow, and you can sign up and RSVP there. So it's November the 30th at 6 p.m. I'll just have a quick look to see if I can spot where that is. If you are in the Manchester area, then clearly that might be a good place for you to go and visit. Let's just see. So Neo. I don't know what Neo is. So it must be a little bar stroke. I don't know. There we go. Let's have a look. Oh, very swish, like that. that's where it is. So if you are near or around Manchester, go and get yourself signed up on the meetup page. You got the brilliant Shabazz Dar talking about Windows 365 and AVD. And let's just see, they got the second session and third session yet to be announced. So yeah, it's going to be a nice sort of 3-hour session there. So go and give them a follow and get signed up. Yeah, Jürgen, he's been doing this now quite regularly. Great sort of idea and concept. The examinations that are going to be updated over the coming weeks. So just a bit of a heads up if you are looking to study any of these exams, just to be mindful that, coming up to 22nd of November, we've got updates for the speciality exams for SAP and AVD. So go and check out the differences if you are looking to obviously sit those exams between, anytime now, basically, because there are going to be differences you're going to have to study for. Some of them may be minor and relatively insignificant, but equally there could be some, big changes to some of these exams. So you can see there right the way through into the first couple of weeks of December. So this is really over the next few weeks. Go and check that out. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'll make it a little bit bigger. If you are looking to study any of these exams, then go and have a little look at the skills measured and what the changes are. Big shout out to my good friend Jack Roper. He's been doing fantastic. He's been smashing it out of the park lately with his blogs in and around infrastructure as code, Terraform, some fantastic hints, tips, ideas, ways in which you can use Terraform. Go and give his blog a follow. Let me just see if I can find it. I don't know if he's changed it recently, has he? Oh, Jack, have you changed your blog? Let's click on one of his blogs just to have a quick look. Yeah, I think he may have. I thought you were on Medium, Jack, but maybe he's just changed his blog over to this phone.pub. Anywho, go and give him a follow. Like I say, always good information in there. Some really great technical detail to make me. Oh, it is Medium. It looks like Medium have changed, have they? Well, there we go. You learn something new, don't you? Medium have changed to whatever that is meant to be pronounced. FAUN.pub. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm clicking on something obscure there, but that took me by surprise. There we go. Yeah. So, okay. No, it's still, the Medium links are still going over to there. There we go. Medium have changed their links in case you didn't realise. No, but go and give Jack a follow and obviously get involved. Thanks for that, Jack. And finally, if you're not already following Mike Pfeiffer, I suggest you probably want to go and do that. I've been, chatting with Mike on and off over the last few months, and he's such a fantastic, inspirational guy in the community. Obviously, he's the CTO of cloudskills.io, who do some fantastic courses and put some fantastic course content out there. Go and give him a follow. He's always, I know he's recently set up a Facebook group as well, where he's inviting, those new to the industry to kind of join in and look to how can they build their career into a cloud platform kind of mentality and work in that space. Go and give him a follow. He's doing some fantastic things. He's obviously got his Anchor FM podcast that he puts out every week. He's up to, I think he's on more than that. This is from the other day here. So he put one of the latest podcasts. He's got Robert on there talking about data warehouses and Kubernetes, big data, and all that kind of stuff with Rob Hodges. But yeah, go and give him a follow. Fantastic information being put out by Mike, and yeah, it's well worth getting involved and seeing what he's up to, because you will learn a lot. So there we go. That's the community call out for this week. Okie dokie. So I think what we'll do now, we'll browse straight on over to Jonnychipz on the side, because it kind of overlaps with some of the stuff that we've been talking about in the community call out. So let's get on with Jonnychipz on the side. So yeah, been really busy week for me this week, and no uncertain terms, been fantastically busy with a lot of community stuff. So the first thing this week we had Will Rowe, brilliant guy across community recruiter, obviously in the Microsoft space. His Careering Out of Control podcast, I was privileged to be invited on to do an episode with Will. That went out on Monday. Really fun. I love speaking to Will. He's a really down-to-earth, fun, practical guy with great sense of humour. So Really good fun chat with Will there. Did a little bit of a blog, so if you head over to my jonnychipz.com blog, you can get the link there to go and have a little listen in. Episode 11, or browsing over to Anchor FM, look for Will Rowe's blog, Careering Out of Control, and listen to the previous episodes. He's got some great people on there. A lot of MVPs, really talking about their careers. How did they, did they make a plan? Trying to get a bit of an idea of how certain people viewed their careers to get to the point that they're at now, which hopefully will give people insights into the ways. There's no right or wrong way with how you plan your career and how you get to the point that you get to, obviously, and just to really hear different insights and different opinions and viewpoints of how people do what they do in the community and their career. So really good idea, and it was a great great chat with Will. So yeah, go and have a little listen if you can. And thank you to Will for inviting me on. Really appreciate it. Yes, also this week, I'm not going to give too many spoilers away, but I am taking part in the Festive Tech Calendar event throughout December this year with the amazing Jan de Doublier. We are looking at Oh My Posh. So if you don't know what that is, I suggest you go over to ohmyposh.dev. But yeah, really fun episode. I dress up as Father Christmas for the evening. And yeah, that's about as much of the spoilers I'm going to give away at the moment. But I had some really good fun with this episode. Look out for it airing on the 3rd of December as part of the Festive Tech Calendar event. I've made it one of my In Conversation With style videos, but it's a special video with snow and Santa hats for the Festive Tech Calendar, and a really good concept on Oh My Posh. So yeah, look forward to that one getting released, and it was good fun, really good fun recording that with Jan earlier on in the week. Okay, and as it is Friday, first I want to say thank you to my guest on In Conversation With last week, the amazing Peter Rising. We had a fantastic chat around identity, security, and identity across 365 and Azure. Go and check that out. Go and watch a replay if you can. Again, it's on my blog. You can get a link to the video. It's on the YouTube channel below in the playlist In Conversation With. But yeah, huge thanks to Peter for joining me for that episode. I had a really great chat with Peter. And like I say, if you missed it, go and have a little watch. But tonight we have a new episode airing, as always, on a Friday. And this week it is none other than Mr. Jamie Mcguire. So yeah, again, really insightful chat with Jamie. Go and tune in tonight from 6:30 GMT. We talk. Jamie is a software developer. He's very much in the AI space. He's done a lot with his own kind of startup in terms of social opinion, with gleaning sentiment and analytics and statistics from Twitter APIs. And by day, he does a lot of this work for other businesses. So he talks really in some great depth about how to get started with things like conversational AI. I picked that out as a little bit of a sneak peek nugget of info there as part of this teaser video. But yeah, we go into a lot of detail and a lot of great insights, as well as Jamie's career background, how he kind of traversed the meandering paths of career to get to his point in his career now today, and some really cool insights, hints, and tips around the AI space. So really hope you can join us tonight at 6:30 on. Well, actually, it'll be going out again across the YouTube, across Twitch, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So hopefully you can join us on one of those platforms. Go and like and subscribe to the YouTube now so you can get notified when that does go live. That would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, huge thanks to Jamie. Looking forward to that going out later this evening. And other bits and pieces. Yeah, quick bit of maths. Like I said, I've named this episode Record this week purely because I seem to have done nothing but record. And you can see I've got a little bit of a tidier look going on today, because I'm actually about to leave to go and record some more for work, which is great fun, great to be part of. So yes, let's see how much more I can get done, eh? Good fun though, really enjoying it. And finally, my TikTok is starting to fill up, so if you are on TikTok, go and give us a follow. Go and like that. Anyway, thanks for that. Right, let's head back over. That was Jonnychipz on the side. Okay, so I think we'll delve straight into the Welshire user group, because we did have a user group session this week. So yeah, let's go and talk about that briefly. So, with the Welsh Azure User Group this week, we had our virtual event only 2 nights ago. And again, as always, they're always a great success, really well attended. And we tend to attract some fantastic speakers, community speakers, circuit speakers. There's just some brilliant people that are coming on and imparting their knowledge. And this week was no different. So, we had the brilliant Mark Allen on, and we had David O'Brien on. Mark was talking about static web apps in Azure, so some fantastic hints and tips and insights into Azure static web apps. And then David came on and really talked to us about his own startup, Bargos, which is a cloud security software as a service application, completely built on the Azure serverless platform. So using functions, storage accounts, all of that good stuff, in terms of actually getting things to work and communicate, and static web apps in terms of the front end for the website. So look, if you're interested in seeing some of these architectures actually come to life in real world applications, I really would encourage you to go and watch that session back. Mark's session on Azure static web apps was that detail that really complemented David's talk, because you could kind of understand how a static web app site is stood up and actually operates. And then David takes that further in the sense that he actually shows the things like Azure Functions, like I say, the storage account, the other serverless technologies that kind of sit around any kind of platform. But it's a real life scenario. So huge thanks to Mark and David for giving those 2 talks. If you missed it, as always, YouTube channel, playlist below. You can go and watch that back at your leisure. Really good fun session this month. So huge thanks to everybody for attending. And obviously thanks to Mark and David for giving 2 awesome talks. So next session is actually, we've called it the Festive Feast for the Soul. It is none other than Mr. Mike Pfeiffer. And we've got Olivier Block on from Microsoft. So yeah, really good, fun, festive, warm, heartwarming session, hopefully, in terms of Olivier's coming on to kind of talk to us about those futures technologies, what's coming next in terms of, looking at IoT and maybe talk around the mesh a little bit and things like that. So some great demos, bit of a chance to ask him anything in terms of IoT. Really encourage you to come and join us for that event if you can, and you won't be disappointed. It's really, really insightful and really great stuff to get involved with. And of course, Mike Pfeiffer, in terms of that, his session is going to be entitled, taking control of your career, pushing your career in a direction that you want it to go. Mike has got some fantastic insights. So if you can join us, head on over to @WelshAzure on Twitter, click on the meetup link and RSVP. That would be fantastic. But yeah, we'll see you at that event with a bit of luck. So there we go. Okie dokie. So I think it's time. We'll end off the show this week with some Azure news and updates. So let's head on into that. And good afternoon. My name is John Lunn, and this is your weekly Azure news and updates. Okay, so let's get them on the screen then. Right, quite a few announcements this week again. I'm going to rattle through them just to save a little bit of time, but to give you a little bit of an update as to where we are. So, straight in with some public preview announcements. VM applications, manage and deploy applications to virtual machines, and scale sets. So, the Azure Compute Gallery now includes the existing shared image gallery image and the new VM application features and additional capabilities. So go and check that out if that's of interest to you. Azure VMware solution now is generally available in Japan West Azure region. NFS v4.1 support on Azure Files is now generally available. Microsoft Azure available from new cloud region in Sweden has gone GA. Brilliant to see. And East Asia availability zones have now gone generally available as well. Another public preview feature, run command, so you can execute PowerShell or shell scripts on VMs and scale sets. So the ability to manage VMs by remotely executing scripts has been improved with this run command feature. So it's possible to execute multiple scripts at the same time, manage a progress, persist their execution outputs, that kind of stuff. So scripts and parameters can be used in ARM templates to automate the deployment. And for any long-running scripts, asynchronous mode is now supported to prevent blocking the VM provisioning. So go and check that out. That's a great public preview feature there. Another general announcement, Azure API Management has got some general updates for October, so native support for WebSockets APIs and API management and event grid integration there. Great to see. Copy data to and from Azure Data Explorer using the Azure Data Factory or Synapse Analytics is GA. And this one has been making quite a lot of noise across the community. So SFTP, so Secure File Transfer Protocol, well, FTP over SSH basically, is now in support in a preview capacity. It's a public preview, so you can go and use that today. As with all public previews, they say don't use it in any kind of production systems. But look, hey, this has probably been a long time coming. In fairness, SFTP is always one of those protocols that's used to quickly enable a location for application services, devices to drop off anything that they might need, like logs and pick up files for updates and stuff like that. So it's really great functionality to see that that's been brought into storage accounts now. So Azure Blob Storage has got this SFTP support. If that's of interest, go and check that out. So yeah, it's made a lot of noise this week, that announcement has. Public preview again, Azure Spring Cloud, start and stop, bring your own persistent storage and service connector. Another public preview, monitor Spring Boot apps in Azure Spring Cloud with App Dynamics. And now available, Virtual Machine Selector has now gone GA. Public preview, Azure Machine Learning updates for November 2021. So there's some AutoML models, public workspaces, and looking at how you can set up the V2 of the CLI as well in there. So take a look at those links if you want to learn a little bit more about that. Azure Machine Learning updates for November. So there's pre-built Docker images have been included there now. There's some GA news there for that. And Jetstream disaster recovery for Azure VMware solution is now generally available. So AVS has got a DR solution that's gone GA, which is cool to see. So that it kind of brings these capabilities. So cost-effective DR, agentless CDPs, VMware to vSphere to vSphere recovery, storage independent, live failback, and a decoupled design. Okay, so some new SQL bindings for Azure Functions. That's cool. That's very interesting. So public preview announcements that, any bindings, as you know, with Azure SQL, Azure Functions have got a number of different bindings. There's bindings that you can actually do for Azure SQL now, which it's quite an interesting concept. Going to check that out. Azure VMware solution now generally available in the France Central Azure region, and new Sweden Central region added to Azure HD Insight is GA. And finally, for this week's news, we've got public preview Azure Virtual Machines DC V3 series now available in Europe West and North. So that has been your Azure news for this week. Okay, we will bring the show to a close there. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you've got some use out of it this week. Had a super fun week with everything that's been involved from a community point of view, keeping so busy with work as well. But I'm off now to do some more recordings. So hope you've had a fantastic week in work. Have a happy weekend wherever you are in the world. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps me quite a lot to glean if these videos are of use to people. And until next week, hope to catch you tonight on In Convo With. But if not, I'll catch you next week. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.